check. Good morning. Good morning. How's the microphone? You never know with the microphone. Microphone's got a mind of its own. What's up, Pip? How we doing? Good morning, Chew. What's up, Buck? Bomb Texas money line after receiving the green light from Jake. Thank you. I didn't give you the fucking green light. No, I'm just kidding. That was a stake play through and through. I'm glad he put it in there. We had a good week in the newsletter, I believe. Let's see. We missed the map play with the Saints. We hit my best bet with the Cardinals, almost fucking outright. We love that. And Stake with a nasty under. That was, I think, maybe the lowest scoring game of the week. Love that. Sweat free, as the kids say. Sweat fucking free. I am going to be eating some breakfast on stream. My wife made me a lovely omelet with some cheese, and it is fantastic. I don't know if it's like Gruyere, maybe, a little French omelet, but it's fantastic. I got a little breakfast in me. Unfortunately, Steak cannot stream today. He pulled his back because we are both old and washed, but Steak has a bad back. Even though you can stream sitting in a chair, I don't think he can do anything but lay down, or maybe he has to go see an emergency chiropractor. So he is unable to make it. He's a what do you call that? Not a game time decision. A late scratch. And speaking of, did you see what happened in the fucking Colts game? Unbelievable that Charvarius Ward got knocked out in warmups, in pregame warmups. I saw footage of that. That was absolutely insane. PTO not approved. Yeah, I love that. Jeff Broseph, what's up? Why are we so angry in the thumbnail? So it's funny you said that. I tweeted this, but I made a quick graphic, and the first draft of the ChatGPT graphic for the recap had us looking way too nice. Let me see if I can pull it up. I posted this in the comments. Yeah, here it goes. Hold on. I mean, who asked that? Was that Tristan? No. Yay. Okay. Tell me, look at this and tell me you don't agree. Look how nice it has us looking. I mean, come on. This is not okay. By the way, Steak's beard looks hilarious. But I mean, we're laughing, we're chuckling, we're way too smiley right there. So I asked ChatGPT, I said, can you make us look a little tougher? That's what it came up with. So we need to find somewhere in the middle. And Richardson broke his orbital. Insane. Absolutely insane day for the Indianapolis Colts. I can't wait to recap some NFL. There's a lot to talk about, and I had a pretty eventful Sunday, which was a good time. So I had to work after Prop Talk. It was a long day. We did Prop Talk. Shout out to the Ramble guys for coming on for Prop Talk in the morning. By the way, I love having guests on for that. So far we've had Korn, we've had Cam Is Money, we had somebody else, and it's escaping me. Did we have Mid-Major Matt? No, I can't remember who we had, but we definitely had somebody else on, I think. Don't forget Afternoon Puck. Oh, wow, look at that. Snowman. Yeah, we had Snowman on. Yeah, W Snowman. Snowman's the man. And Ramble. So those are great guests. We got to keep that going. I love having the guests on for Sunday. For Prop Talk in the morning. And then I worked. I had a couple of appointments. And then, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I did I went and met the Poly Market team. The guy, I believe it's their founder, Shane, he tweeted, he said, hey, I'm going to be watching football in NYC. DM me if you're interested. So I did. I was out to dinner with my wife Saturday. We had a martini or two. And she was like, why don't you shoot him a DM? I was like, yeah, all right, fuck it. I was like, oh, I got to work. She's like, so what? And so he responded, got the RSVP, went to the location. It was very not, I guess, like didn't put it out there to the public. So you had to reach out to get the RSVP, which makes sense. Probably would have had an overwhelming amount of people show up. And they were beta testing the app, the sports betting app, because they don't have one yet. And apparently things are looking good. I'm not going to, I don't know what I can and can't say. I didn't have to sign anything, but I was messing around with it, and it's pretty cool. Pretty fun. So I'm going to be messing, or I'm going to be using it a little bit here and there, and we'll have some fun and get familiar with it. What's up, bad guy? What the fuck? There's always been 12 p.m. hockey sports start. What are we talking about? No clue why puck is starting this early, but I will be gambling on it. Yep, love that. I'm going to lay the points. I think the Bears defense is Swiss cheese, and yeah, I got a best bet in that game, and I think it's in the newsletter. Spoiler alert: we're on the over. We're on the over. I love it. I might go over large in that game. Not my best weekend. I've had a really good month. October's been great. little bit of a setback last yesterday and Saturday. I think we did okay in our best bets. I want to say we went 3-2. We got Texas. We got Notre Dame. How about that? Do I know my Irish or do I know my Irish? Huh? Do I know my Irish or what? Love that. Oh fuck, there was one more. I can't believe that I'm forgetting. But man, Texas felt so good to get that one because I was really nervous. Mateer playing. Oklahoma's been good. Are you ready for the NBA? Chew, I can't lie and tell you I am. Nope, it's Canadian Thanksgiving. That's why hockey is all day. Oh, love that. Degenerate, ND -7.5 Saturday night. I know you see that. Smash spot. Absolutely not. I think that's a game Notre Dame wins but doesn't cover. Absolutely not. Nope. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep. Dayton was a whale. Love that. USC was the free Mega Max of the day. It sure was. It sure was. Yeah, Michigan. I got a real fucking problem with Michigan. I'll tell you what. I got a couple of problems. Let me tell you, I got 3 problems. All right. Here are my problems. Here's what's bothering me. I'll go down the list. I don't have time to get to everything, but we'll recap when Steak. Hopefully he can find some sort of upright position to come through tomorrow. We're going to recap college tomorrow. But yes, if you are only in here for for Steak and you don't enjoy solo DGen, this stream is not for you. But we're going to recap all the action from yesterday, from Sunday, NFL Week 6. College football Week 7 recap will be on Tuesdays. Yep. Snidesy, how many times are you going to ask me that question? Zanman, 3-1-1 in CFB newsletter plays. Missouri +3 push. Thank you very much. That's right. That's right. Sometimes this works out in our favor. Sometimes it doesn't. But the late line move to 3 to 3.5, we don't get our bets in early. Most of you, if you bet that game on Saturday morning, cashed Missouri. Of course, we are honest cappers, whatever you want to call us. So that will be whatever the newsletter line is what we track. So that'll be a push. But a good Sunday. Yep. You talking NHL? Russell, I'm not entirely sure. Let's see how where we end up. I'll try to talk some NHL for sure. Yep. I like you, DJ. Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate that. Board review, Yap Sesh. Yep, exactly. So, God, I just got back from Corp. I didn't hear a peep. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for getting that touchdown score parlay. And my apologies to Adam's got picks. Totally forgot. Not that it's his fault. It's my fault. It's our fault because we don't do a good job of documenting. But typically, whoever gets selected in the touchdown contest DMs me, and we start hashing out like who we like, what we like. Adam was a silent killer. This guy doesn't fucking say anything until Sunday morning. We needed a graphic to get going, so I had to pick Cornfields cashes, Tyler Warren. My guy did not come through. The touchdown scoring hot streak is over. It was a great run, though. Great run. A couple of subs coming in, by the way. Thank you, Boxley. 3 months. Bears went outright tonight. Ooh, I don't know that I like that, but I love points, and I think we get points from Caleb and Ben Johnson after a bye week. Yep, that boy Rav. 10 months. What's up, Rav? DGen. Hey, man, good to see you. Always been a Rav guy. I have said that. I like Rav's vibes. And if I'm not mistaken, I've seen Rav has been doing really well in college football. And I think at one point, maybe week 3, week 4, you were like on a 16-3 run. Yeah, good shit, Rav. I like Rav. He's a good dude, good vibes. I think that was a good hire by Book It. So anyways, yeah, Ravshian, what does that say? Ravshian Network is killing it. What does that mean? Maybe that's supposed to be a different word and spelled differently. I was only person awake at 5 a.m. That is correct. Yep. Liking the Falcons tonight off a bye at home. Don't hate it. We're going to talk. Yep. Rav's so nicey. Yeah, he's been on fire. Good for him. Stay hot. Okay. Let's start recapping some NHL or NFL. Let me tell you who's fucking pissing me off. All right. There's a lot of Tampa Bay Buccaneers disrespect out there. Yeah, I'm a Bucs fan. But even aside from that, it's really starting to bother me. We're going to address that when we talk about the game. Number 2, I just commented. I like Josh Pate. I really do. I think he's great. College football guy. What are we doing defending James Franklin? What are we doing? I'm so sick and tired of hearing this bullshit. I was listening to his recap before I came on, and I wanted to make sure I took it all in. I'm going to listen to it again, and then I'm going to have a response video. Okay? I'm just letting you know I'm going to have a response video. The response video is it's going to do one of 2 things. You guys ready for this? It's going to get 8 likes, and it's going to fall flat, or it's going to get going. It's going to get going. Because I'm sick and fucking tired of hearing people defending James Franklin and saying, oh, Brandon Walker, too. Brandon Walker said, oh, Penn State better have someone else lined up if they're moving on from James Franklin. What the fuck are we talking about? And Josh Pate, I think Josh Pate is one of the smartest guys out there. saying they were one play away from the national championship game. Brother, Notre Dame had Steve Angeli come in to save the fucking season. Penn State couldn't stop a backup Notre Dame quarterback. They couldn't stop a hurt Riley Leonard who can't even throw the fucking football. They couldn't do a goddamn thing. Stop with the one play away from a national championship. Penn State should have won that game, and they didn't. They're fucking losers because James Franklin is a loser. Stop with this one play from the national championship bullshit. And stop with like, oh, I hope you can do better than James Franklin. James Franklin doesn't fucking beat anybody worth the shit. What do you want to do? You just want to keep beating Illinois and Northwestern every year? He ain't even doing that. Now you're losing to UCLA and Northwestern at home. Absolutely insane. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. And I know that saying gets thrown around a lot, but I have to get focused because I need to put a video out there. This is driving me insane. The defense of James Franklin and basically saying he shouldn't have been fired. Like Penn State made a mistake not firing him. The only thing Penn State made a mistake was not firing him sooner. Fucking idiots. Let me tell you another thing. Oh shit, actually I forgot. It was the Bucks disrespect. It was this shit that I'm seeing with Penn State. Man, there's one more thing. Penn State fans think they are getting SIG too. Absolutely ridiculous. What's up, Snowman? Hey, how about that? Indiana outright win. Hell fucking yeah, love it. Oh, Michigan. Oh my God, Michigan. I mean, the fact that I listened to Portnoy's rant. The fact that at the end of his rant, he said, I'm not sure if Sharon Moore is the guy. Man, I am not the smartest guy in the world. I'm far from it. I have been wrong so many times in sports and with opinions. But if there is something I am pretty good at, it's getting a read on coaches and having an idea of whether maybe they'll pan out or not. Again, I'm not batting 100. But in what world is there even a question if you think Sharon Moore is? No, Sharon Moore isn't the guy. No, he's a fucking dweeb. He never should have been a head coach at a big program to begin with. Sorry. Never. All he did was stand on the sideline while Michigan handed the ball off 40 times to beat James Franklin. And he cried, and he gets hired. You think this is the guy? Look at Michigan. They're pathetic. I'm sorry. They're fucking pathetic. And Portnoy keeps saying it, and he's not wrong. Throw the ball. Throw the ball. Unleash the beast. Take the training wheels off. They're so soft. Also lost to TCU. Unbelievable. OC needs to go. They all need to go. Yep. USC was beyond free. Way too many non-ball knowers on Twitter. It's crazy. Oh, no. Is he really? Oh, I love you, man. Yeah, exactly. Snowman says he was the fall guy anyways, was coaching without a contract last year, waiting for NCAA to drop the hammer so they can fire him to pretend to do something. But Michigan then got the easiest punishment ever. ASU lost to Devin Dampier by 30. Did they really? All right. Arizona State under win total has life. Arizona State under win total has life. Good morning, everybody, by the way. I see we got a packed house today. I love to see it. Love to see it. We love the recaps. We got over 100 on Twitch already. We're rolling 15 minutes in. We got 50 on YouTube. Absolutely love you guys hanging out, tuning in for the recaps on Monday. It's one of my favorite streams. Unfortunately, State can't be here. Chat is fucking buzzing. Let's get into it, shall we? Great time in sports right now. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Appreciate all the subscriptions too, by the way, and all the follows. We're almost up to 3,500 on Twitch. Make sure you're following the page if you're in here watching. And if not, send this shit to your friends. Send it to your group chats. Get them involved. Get them to follow. Let's grow, baby. All right. But, I mean, what do we need to say about the Broncos and Jets? You know, sorry for eating, by the way. I didn't have breakfast today. I had a lot of corp shit this morning I had to deal with. Didn't get to eat. And sorry if I'm a little cranky. I got just a couple things that are irking me. But I'm going to try to check that shit at the door and just focus on football here. But then in the sports world, I also got other people annoying me with the Bucks disrespect, which we'll get to, okay? Because I'm taking receipts. I really am. I got receipts. Making a list. I'm not saying where Steak is again. He threw his back out. Put the game on at 3:30. Nothing. Game was awful. Yep. If Levitt is out long-term, ASU is already cashing. Yep. I will. What's Gucci playa? That's interesting. What's up? I will. Good to see you. Bucks may win it all. No. I'm not talking about that. Steak was downgraded to out as warm-ups pulled us back. Yep. Aaron Glenn is Sharon Moore of the NFL. Yep. Lions are going to steamroll the Bucks. Oh, can we stop it? Well, let's get there. That's a 4:00 game. We'll get there when we get there. Because I'm very irritated with the Bucks slander out there. I'm very, very irritated. Good morning, Quantitative. Good to see you guys. All right, everybody's locked in. Let's go ahead and let's get this train rolling. All right. Breece Hall, 22 carries, 59 yards, a little unfortunate. Bo Nix, 19 of 30. He didn't throw an interception. I do have him to be the interception leader. It's probably not going to hit. What is there to say about this game? I got one thing to say about this game, and I hate international games. I hate them. I just do. I hate them. And you know, it's unfortunate. I understand the NFL is a business. It's a big business. I feel like it was just a couple years ago you heard the NFL was a $9 billion company. It's a nonprofit, I believe, too, unless that changed. I believe it was registered as a nonprofit and like it didn't have to pay taxes or some bullshit. The last I've been told, the NFL is making $23 billion a year. Now, that's a whole lot of money. All right. It's one thing to go from 9 million to 23 million, like 9 billion to 23 billion is absolutely insane. They want to grow, and there's going to be a London or an international game. Now there's South America every week. I just want to be on record. I've never been into these games, and I don't know what it'll take to get me into them. I'm not ready for football at 9:30. You know what I'm ready for at 9:30? I'm ready to think about football. I'm ready to start. I'm ready to zen. I'm ready to manifest. I'm ready to envision some game scripts. It's morning of, it's kickoff. Let's listen in, you know, last minute. What are the lines doing? Where's the money? Get some fucking beat reporters talking about guys. You get some underdog things that are coming out telling you Hassan Haskins is going to be the feature back. And then Vidal has 128 yards, you know, and then we got the other thing on top of this. We got Broncos Jets. Now, I guess thanks, right, for the NFL. If you're going to put a game on that early when nobody really gives a shit, put a shitty game on. Sure. You know, but listen, there's nothing cool about being like, rah, rah, football, rah, rah. There's nothing cool about that where it's like, yo, I love football. The sport can do no wrong. There's just nothing cool. It's an ugly game sometimes. And it feels like for whatever reason, it's the ugliest game that we send over internationally. And are we really growing anything? Seriously, are we growing anything? Does anybody in London that spent their fucking Sunday afternoon, do you think they walked out of that game being like, man, I'll tell you what, I love American football. I need some more of that. You know, I need some more. Holy shit. Bo Nix, Justin Fields. Hell yeah. And you don't even have an excuse, because sometimes you'll get an excuse of like a primetime game being like, well, the quarterbacks were hurt. You had the backups. What are you going to do? Didn't have an excuse. Everybody played. Didn't miss anybody. You know? Have to head to social studies with Miss Johnson. Have a great show. Thank you very much, Anthony. I appreciate that. Good luck. Take school seriously. Justin Fields might be the worst quarterback I've ever seen. Yeah. I'll tell you this. I'm not cashing it already, but my alt under wins for the Jets 0-6 is if that doesn't win, I'm gonna be upset. And the Broncos almost fucked it up. They almost fucked it up. What's up, D Wade? Next week's game abroad is a banger. Good. It's about time then. It's about time. Yeah, I believe it's the Rams and the Jags. If I'm not mistaken, that should be a good game. Yep. What's up, Brian C? Man, we got a lot of people rolling in right now. Love to see it. Okay, let's get to the 1 o'clock slate. First game on the board. The Arizona Cardinals and the Indianapolis Colts. Jacoby Brissett, how about that? 27-44, 320 yards. Was he the passing leader this week? Sheesh. 2 touchdowns, 1 INT, 2 sacks, QBR 65. Daniel Jones, 22 of 30, 212, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not his best game, not his worst. Jonathan Taylor's a freak, absolute freak. Warren was the leading receiver for the Colts, 6 catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown. I just love that. You know, I just love that this guy falls to the Colts and they're using him, you know, because like some teams just try to outsmart and overthink and get cute. It's like, oh, you know, when he's ready, oh, fuck that. Get him in there. Get him in there. Bam Knight, 11 carries, 34 yards and a touchdown. Zay Jones had a nice game. Trey McBride got a touchdown. You like to see that. Loved what I saw from the Cardinals, honestly. I went back and I watched as many of the games as I possibly could. I did the NFL recap this morning, had in the background. I'll tell you, man, Colts are 5-1. They're 4-0 at home. They're a good team. They're a good team. I mean, for the most part, they got punched in the mouth. Back-to-back interceptions was kind of tough when they picked off Daniel Jones in the was it the second quarter? Yeah, second quarter after a 3-and-out. I think that gave them a little momentum. They gave it right back 2 plays later. Colts go down 9 plays, 87 yards and score. But at the end of the half, the Cardinals get a field goal, and then they get the ball. What do? 10 plays, 61 yards. They're up 17-14. And then they get the ball again. They go back and score 6 plays, 66 yards, touchdown, 24-17 going into the fourth quarter. But this is what I love from the Colts, man. What do they do in the fourth quarter? They get the ball 2 drives, 6 plays, 67 yards, touchdown. Second drive, 9 plays, 66 yards, touchdown. Then Cardinals turn it over on downs, and the Colts knee it out. I mean, it's just good. That's just a good football team. Colts are a good football team. We're 6 weeks in, We're gonna keep playing pretend with the Bucs. We'll get to that later. I can't wait. Kyler should have stuck to baseball. Yep. Need the Brian C. MLB square bad. Yep. Marv getting injured was pain. I know, man. I really love that. I mean, what did he end with? I didn't even know what happened. Again, I was working at the time, and I saw somebody texted me or tweeted me, and they were like, "Oh, Degen killed Marvin Harrison." Oh, look at this. Yeah, two catches, 32 yards, and then he got hurt, huh? That motherfucker was definitely ending with a $120. Then we were going to cash that ladder. But it happens. It happens. It's unfortunate. I'm not a refund guy. If I lost that bet, I lost that bet. That's how I roll. Call me old school, whatever, but I'll take a void. Sure. Not going to complain, but at the same time, that's a loser. That's how the world works. That's how betting works. But we'll move on from that. He was so way, man. Poor Marv. Yep, head slammed on the ground after jump ball. Oh, that's what happened. Yeah. No, just a bad take. Bad take. And by the way, nice job on the Chiefs and good weekend. You can't say this about the Colts. You can't say this about the Colts. They should have lost to the Broncos. They missed a field goal at the end of the game, and they got a leverage penalty that takes them from a 60-yard field goal to a 45-yard field goal. Nail it. Horseshit. How many leverage penalties do you see throughout the entire season? That's my one pushback. I think the Colts are a very deserving 5-1 team. Could be 4-2. Could be 6-0. Yeah, could be 6-0, but not should be. Yep. Wow, D Wade. Ooh. Well, then the Broncos should follow the rule. Yeah, sure. I'm not going to tell you that they shouldn't follow the rules, but that's a silly rule. That's a stupid rule, and you just never see it called. But what are you going to do? Okay, let's keep moving. 1:00. Chargers Dolphins. Love that over. I did. I love the over. The way I elected to play that, because I didn't know if I loved the Chargers or the Dolphins. Dolphins end up covering, almost won the game. They dropped to 1-5. Chargers at 4-2. What a play. What a play by the Chargers at the end of the game. I'm going to toot my horn a little bit. I think the 2 reads that I've told you that I've seen, Alan Dims, you paying attention, from watching with my own eyeballs, has been this defense for the Dolphins, this run defense specifically, is really bad. And they should be targeted. And I have targeted them. I took Rico Dowdle to be the leading rusher, which he was. We'll get to him in a second. Holy shit. Talk about not blowing your load. And then I took Breece Hall the week before to go over his yards. I'm going to lean into this every week until I lose. But here's the problem. The reason I didn't do that is because the Chargers had injuries. And I'm not going to pretend like I know which guy they're going to go with. And clearly nobody really did, because Hassan Haskins, I retweeted this, was the guy that was reported as getting the be the workhorse in that game. And what ends up happening? Holy fucking Vidal's the dude who goes off. 18 carries, 124 yards. I mean, a 6.9 yards per carry is crazy. It's crazy. Achane, on the other hand, 8 carries. I'm sorry, 16 carries, 128 yards, 8 yards per carry. Freak. But this is what you love to see. I liked Herbert passing yards. I got to tell you, it wasn't a great read. Kind of went opposite of myself, but I had a tough time picking the right guy. Played him straight over 242 passing yards. Got there in the last drive. Love that. Needed it. 2 touchdowns, 264 yards, 29-38. Good game from Herbert. It was the Lad McConkey game. Great job by Steak and others identifying that. 7 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Waddle had a nice game. He did not get in the end zone, 95 yards. It was the H-Chan game. Tua, 21-32, 205 yards, 3 interceptions. Ugh. And not all of them were his fault. Hardball overrated, cheating bum. Yep, sure. Chargers only -1.5 at home versus the Colts this upcoming week. Very interesting. Wow. Go Dino with the Lad 8 anytime touchdown call. Yep. Washington is trash. What are we talking about there, Expo? Lad's whole family was there. I loved his over catches. Yep. Never forget Jim Harbaugh eats his boogers. Yeah. I think Trevor Lawrence might too. I think he got busted on the sideline. I don't know what the Dolphins are doing, still employing Mike McDaniel. I can't fully understand why he hasn't been fired yet. But we're going to move on. I'm not going to speculate on why that is because it's just baffling to me. We're going to talk about the Patriots and Saints. If you had the over in the Patriots Saints game, my heart breaks for you. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't have the screen up before, but if you had the over in this game, you see I don't know if you see the box score up here. It was 22-16 at halftime. Each team scored just a field goal. Oh! Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Listen, I didn't hate the Saints play at all. I'd make that play 8 times out of 10. The only thing I brought up is I don't like buying teams high. And we were buying the Saints after their first win with Spencer Rattler as quarterback. But I have no regrets. At the end of the day, I tip my cap. I thought Rattler played a good game. 72 QBR, 2026, 227. Kamara didn't do much. That was my touchdown score. He had chances, 5 catches, 45 yards, 10 carries, 31 yards. He had a couple of chances inside the 10. They gave him the ball back-to-back times. He had like a 2-yard carry and a 5-yard carry. And then they scored with Taysom Hill. What are you going to do? I feel like a vintage Kamara may have busted that second run outside. I don't know if you guys were watching that. I was watching it pretty closely. That was unfortunate. That would have been fun. Would have loved to have hit that. But what are you going to do? On the flip side, man, this is all about Drake May. All about Drake May. I mean, what isn't this guy doing? And I see people out there, their counter to Baker Mayfield MVP is like Drake May. You lost to the Raiders. You're 4-2. You beat the Bills. Great win. Phenomenal win. What injuries do they have on offense? You got your guys. You got Stephon Diggs. You got Mario Douglas. You got Kayshon Boutte. Nobody great. You got, Henderson, Stevenson. Those are your guys you're going to war with. Nobody great, but Baker's the MVP. Let's stop that. And now Mahomes is looking really good. But I love what I'm seeing from Drake May. All right. Hand up. Accountability. I'm not that stubborn. I'll tell you right now. Bobby Barcelona, love the name, by the way. New follow. Thanks for following. Appreciate you. I did not think Drake May was going to be a good quarterback for the New England Patriots. I could not be more wrong. Unbelievable. Baker is MVP today. Not going to last, though. Hilarious. He's on the IR. Where's Steak, my May Pats hater? No, he's not a May Pats hater. We respect him. Mahomes should be in second MVP odds. I'm fine with Allen first. I don't really think this. Should Allen really be first? I don't think so. Why should Allen be first? Just because he's Josh Allen? I think it should be Mahomes, Baker, Allen, May. Yeah. Steak said May was good. Yeah. Steak is more of a Dak hater, not Drake. Dak. Phil Zutley, season-long Drake May Square is actual oxygen. Nice job, Phil Zutley. Fans of teams are funny in here, bro. Fans of teams are insane. They are insane. We have a guy, I don't even know what happened to JP Del Freya, but JP was great. And then Steak and I hammered the Cavs against the Pacers, and he got mad at us. It's crazy. Yeah, fans of teams are crazy. Vrabel, coach of the year has life? Absolutely. No, he said he's a few years away. Maybe he said the Patriots are a few years away. I don't know. It's based on full season, not play so far. Don't take it personal. I don't understand that. Yep, Steak hates May. No, I'm just saying because like the branding, the name, and everything. Like if you were to put him over Baker, I don't know that Allen should be ahead of Baker. To be fair, Steak last week said he thinks May is going to be a star in the league, and he said he's legit QB. Maybe you're talking about what he said preseason. Yeah, Steak the other day said Drake May will be a superstar. Yeah. Baker MVP odds. I think he's third. I think Baker's third. Anyways, tip of the cap. Listen, I played into the Saints offense a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to continue to do it. Granted, I didn't do it this week. I took the Saints with the points, and that was stupid because Drake May is the man. Vrabel's a good coach. The Patriots did not have a letdown spot, a letdown or look ahead to the Titans next week. Don't hate the play though. But seriously, if you had the over in that game, that fucking sucks. That's probably the worst beat of the weekend. Seriously. All right. Ready to talk about the Browns Steelers? It breaks my heart that the Steelers are not a zig, zag team. Okay. It's unfortunate. But kudos to the Steelers. There's something I want to point out here, and I'd love to get your guys' thoughts on it. So I did bet the Browns. I started to love the Browns. And yeah, okay, last time I'll say it. Steak threw his back out, and he is not streaming today. He does have a bad back. This is not the first time that's happened. We'll see if we can get him in a setup tomorrow to recap college football. That would be great if he can. But let's talk about this for a second. So I played the Browns. They were not my best bet. I thought about switching it, but played the Browns, faded the Steelers. Now, I heard all week that it was Steelers smash spot. I heard it from the Sharps. I heard it from smart people. Well, Sharps are essentially smart people, in my opinion. I really do mean that. They were right. Mike Palm had a video. Somebody pointed out or tagged me in it. Mike Palm had a video saying that this is the worst scheduling spot in NFL history. But the way my brain works sometimes is that makes me think that, the Cleveland Browns are going to be nasty, a contrarian, a play nobody wants. And I hate that I am this way, but I am this way. I haven't always been this way, but I am this way. And I'm getting less of this way as I get older. But I started to look into the Browns and be like, ooh, do I maybe want this? The Browns are on their third straight road game. And if you didn't know this, they were coming back from London with no bye week. And this is unprecedented. It is the worst scheduling spot in NFL history. And on the flip side, the Steelers were coming off a bye. Now, what I had heard was Mike Tomlin is unbelievable off of a bye, and he's unbelievable against rookie or second-year quarterbacks. He's like 18-2 in his last 20, I believe. Okay, don't hold me accountable to that. Somewhere around that. I'm John Salute. What's up, John? How you doing? Miguel with a sub bang. Wow, 125 on Twitch. Good morning to all of you. So I play the Browns, but I want to be sure. I'm trying to be a little bit smarter and less stupid, right? So scheduling spot is so overrated. It's not like they're taking Titanic overseas. Yeah. I thought about this. And then I thought, you know what? Dylan Gabriel, if anything, is younger. Like he played his first game. He's fresh. He's younger. There's less jet lag, than like Joe Flacco. So maybe it's not going to be that impactful. Maybe that travel and, isn't really going to affect him that much. And I liked what you saw from the Browns, how they played the Vikings. And I just thought, you know what? Aaron Rodgers, to me, he's done enough. Like he's been better than I expected him to be, but he's still old and he can't move around that well. And I really just said, I don't think they should be laying that many points. Now, I think the Steelers opened 4.5. They got up to 6. When I got the Browns, they were 6.5. So it was a full 2-point move. Sharps were right. Alan Dims, anybody out there? Sharps are right. Pat yourselves on the back. Yep. Give kudos to Greg. He's a Steelers fan, and he said it. I think Steak said it too. It was always the Steelers. It really was. So I went back and I watched that game. Again, I'm just watching the recaps and everything, but I was interested in this one specifically because I'm like, it was on at the bar, and I saw it was kind of a low-scoring, ugly game. I saw the Steelers pull away, and I felt like I saw the Browns move the ball, but they couldn't get any points. So final score is 23-9. This is what blows my mind. Okay. If Hugh Freeze can coach from a hospital bed in the press box, Steak can stream. I love that. Yeah, I love that. You guys should give him some shit. Bust his balls a little bit. That'd be fun. So this is what's fascinating to me. Are you guys paying attention? All right, we got a lot of people in here. Everybody seems locked in, by the way, which is great. Kevin Stefanski has won Coach of the Year before, but I have to tell you, and this is going to be an unpopular opinion, I'm not the biggest Kevin Stefanski guy. I'm just not. And you could say, DJ, and that's stupid. He's clearly a good coach. He's won Coach of the Year. My counter to that would be, well, Matt Nagy won Coach of the Year. Okay. I'm not a Kevin Stefanski guy. And I know what we do sometimes is you watch the games, you use your brain, you use your eyeballs, but then sometimes you use analytics, you use a model, you use an algorithm, you use a spreadsheet, and then sometimes you just look at accolades. I give Stefanski credit for some of the achievements that he's done with the Cleveland Browns. Don't recall bringing this up at all with the scheduling spot. Wasn't involved. I don't recall bringing this up at all with scheduling spot. Wasn't involved in the game. Oh, maybe you didn't then. I don't think he's a very good coach. And let me tell you why. There was a time when Nick Chubb was in his prime. Okay. Nick Chubb was in his prime. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I bet on the Cleveland Browns on the road against the Atlanta Falcons. All right. I believe the Browns were like +3. I think it was Desmond Ridder who was the quarterback for the Falcons. Does anybody remember this game? I want to say it was 2 years ago, maybe. And so Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback. And I think to myself, you know what? This is the Nick Chubb game. Like, Nick Chubb should have 25 carries at minimum. He should have 120 yards. He should have 2 touchdowns. There is no reason Nick Chubb can't dominate this game. The Falcons offense was not very good. It's in a dome. I don't really know that favors a running back. You know what I mean? And I'll never forget this. Jacoby Brissett threw the ball over 40 times. I want to say he had 41 or 44 pass attempts, and the game was close the entire way. Jacoby Brissett threw the ball over 40 times with Nick Chubb in his fucking prime. What does Kevin Stefanski do yesterday? Don't look. How many times do you think Dylan Gabriel threw the football yesterday? Don't cheat. Does anybody know? This story is longer than Gone with the Wind. Love that. Look at this. Look at that. 52. Yep. Who are you, by the way? Sink slammed you? First time I've seen you chat. Look at that. Long stories bring out the best of us. 52 fucking times he threw the ball. In what world should Dylan Gabriel throw the football 52 times in Pittsburgh? Why? 4 times over 10 yards. It's engraved in my brain. I'm sorry, man. If you're down in this game 24-0 from the jump, sure. I get it. Don't be a stubborn prick and just think, well, we got to run the ball. We got to establish the run. No, fuck it. Abort. Mayday, mayday. Throw the ball. Dude, this is a 9-3 game at halftime. What are we doing? Quinshon Judkins got 12 carries. You know, I'm sorry. I just don't know that why couldn't he get 6 more carries? You know, I just don't understand that. Only threw the ball more than 10 yards 4 times. How do you throw the 52 but no finish? I don't know. It blows my fucking mind. Yeah, he will. He will. That's my guy. You already know. You pay attention. Good job, Austin. Yep. Dylan Gabriel shouldn't be throwing the ball 50. Thank you. Thank you. So to the people who would say, no, DGen, Kevin Stefanski's a good coach, I'm sorry, but this is the evidence I would bring in my case. All right. He never had more than 2 seconds in the pocket, you fucks. Oh God, here comes the Dylan Gabriel truther. Listen, I watched it. He's not awful. He's not awful. He's not great. He's not awful. Dylan Gabriel can be serviceable. I'll give you that, but he's not very good. You know, Harold Fannin, 15 fantasy points though. Yep. Tough week. Right. He's not good. Okay. I'm glad we can agree with that. And you're an AFC North ball knower. Let's move on. That was my takeaway from that game. And last thing, I tweeted this. I like giving coordinators their flowers. I said this last week. I have to do it. A coordinator appreciation post. Well, it's probably a good thing I didn't do it to the Florida Gators defensive coordinator because they got kind of cooked. But you got to give him. Arthur Smith called a beautiful game, and Jaylen Warren was running for 6-7 yards a carry against a Browns defense. Like, that's kind of impressive, you know. I thought Arthur Smith did a great job. Jalen Warren looked really good, and Rodgers looked solid. He did. The Steelers are going to be a really interesting team to pay. Can you give Vance Joseph some love just for the whole season? Yeah, sure. I guess I don't really give like established, coordinators who are already in their positions that much credit. I like guys who are like in new places, because that should be talked about, I think. But anyways, let's keep moving. Cowboys Panthers. I was wrong about this game. I like the Panthers, but I said this is going to be a game that sneaks under. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And the one thing, shame on me, shame on us. I don't know if you guys played Rico Dowdle, but I didn't. I love Rico Dowdle. I liked him. I said it when he left the Cowboys. I'm like, man, that's crazy. I want to say I think I picked up Rico Dowdle in fantasy and dropped him. Like I drafted him and dropped him. So that's unfortunate on my end. I played against him last week, and that really fucked me. Greg beat me with him. But I guess I just don't understand something. Is the Panthers' offensive line really good? How is this happening? He's a beast. I know the revenge game was hard. And shame on us because we shouldn't do this. But we said, a lot of us probably did. Not everybody, but Rico Dowdle blew his load last week. I'm not going to go to him in a revenge spot this week. Shame on us. Shame on us. 183 yards, 30 carries. Unbelievable. I mean, seriously, unbelievable. And you want to know what else that I like? Dallas has the lead in this game, 10-3 in the second quarter, 17-10 in the second quarter, 17-13 at halftime, 24-20. And what does Dave Canales do? Does he have Bryce Young throwing the ball 52 times? No, he does not, because he's not a fucking idiot like Kevin Stefanski. 17-25, and you ran Rico Dowdle 30 times. Panthers line, what does that say? Panthers line, one of the highest paid groups, really crying and not understanding how the Jets can open as favorites against the Panthers next week. Interesting. We'll talk about that. Yeah. Cowboys defense worst NFL. There's no more argument that Russell Wilson game is the icing on top. Sure. Yeah, they're not good. They're not good. I don't know. I mean, the Dolphins are up there, and the Titans and the Raiders or whatnot, but the Jets are up there. Yeah, Rico Dowdle, man. Somebody tweeted it, and I thought it was a really good tweet. How does Chuba Hubbard get his job back? I legitimately don't know. It's unfortunate. Like in the real world too, you hear sometimes people take like vacations or maternity leave, and then like the company just kind of runs without them, and they come back, and I was like, well, you're not really needed. Kind of sucks to lose your job to an injury in sports, but fuck, man, I truly don't know what you do if you're the Panthers when Hubbard comes back, because this guy's unbelievable. Okay, a couple more 1 o'clock games, then we'll get to the 4 o'clock slate. How's tempo and pace? Great, 10:47. It's great. We're doing great. And then we have Monday Night Football doubleheader. Can't wait to talk about it. Shout out to Herbert for hitting his passing yards on the last throw. Yep, love that. Legacy. Needed it. Played it for a full unit, so I really needed that. Panthers are 3-0 at home this year. And what do we say, Total Slayer? What do we point out? Listen, we're going to have some reads that don't come through, but we're going to have some that do. We got to stay on this, man. Panthers they're just one of those teams. There's always those teams that do weird things. Yep. Next man up mentality. Yep. You see the Colts trading for a true number one wide receiver. It's a pretty good question. No, but maybe they should. Maybe they should trade for A.J. Brown. Fade Young on the road, back him at home seems right. Yep. Do you mean players can have more than one good game in a row? Sure. Yep. So anyways, George Pickens too. I fucking love the guy. I love the guy. Shame on me for not talking about him just getting a reception touchdown. But I have a touchdown guy tonight who I'm going to play. That's kind of a similar, trend or thought. Am I available to come on the show this week? Yeah, Chewy. We'll talk later, but hit me up. Yep. FD offering no sweat first TD for tonight's game. Oh, okay. Maybe spoiler alert. I like Deebo Samuel. I said it earlier in the year, and I said that they're going to reward this guy with volume. I'm going to play him every game to score a touchdown. I did it the first 3 weeks, and I'm a dum-dum, and I stopped. He had a touchdown the first 2 weeks, didn't score, and then I stopped. And don't break, because he scored week 4 and he scored week 5. He's going to score again. That's what I think. That's how I'm going to play. By the way, if you guys are watching on Twitch or on Twitter, do me a favor, like the stream, give it a retweet. Little engagement never hurt anybody. And if you're on YouTube, like the stream. There's a little thumbs up button. Click that. It's good for the algorithm. Don't ask me why. I didn't make it. Subscribe to the channel. We're 1,800 YouTube subscribers. We're climbing slowly but surely. We love that. And appreciate you guys being here on Twitch. This is the Recap Monday morning. We do this every Monday, 10 a.m. Board review, just about every day, every weekday. Seahawks and Jags. A battle of what team do you respect more? And you know what? I got to tip my fucking cap. It's not a good spot for the Seahawks. You know? Not a great spot for the Jags either. That was a fucking battle. 20-12. They fought their ass off, man. They were getting after Trevor Lawrence. Again, I went back and watched as much of this game as I could, but you look at the box score and you think, man, Lawrence played okay. 27-42, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. This is why I kind of like QBR. In a 46 QBR, he got sacked 7 times. 7 fucking times. He got sacked. Yep, free under. We played that. Jags O-line got dominated. They sure did. Listen, I don't know what it is, guys, but talk about the home and road thing with Bryce Young. Needs to be talked about with the Seahawks too. Remember, somebody pointed it out. They're playing much better on the road than at home, and they're supposed to have one of the best home field advantages in football. Crazy. What's up, Ed Sundquist? Haven't seen your name in a while. Good to see you. Seahawks defense legit played it out with the top corners too. Yeah, they did. Great job. Also, if you guys watch this game, now this is the other thing. Sam Darnold didn't really 16-27. He had 295, 2 touchdowns, quarterback rating of 71, only 1 sack. This guy made some fucking throws. The JSN's unbelievable, 162 yards receiving and a touchdown. But you can't even say JSN is making Sam Darnold look good. Like Mike Evans does that for, his quarterbacks essentially, right? Like Mike Evans and made Johnny Manziel look really good. Not to say Johnny Manziel wasn't a great college quarterback. That's not the point I'm trying to make. But JSN isn't even the type of receiver because he's fast, he's shifty, he's quick. You got to put the ball in the right place. And Sam Darnold's doing that. Holy fuck. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, some guy was crying about that this morning. Like, oh, I tailed you on the Titans. Okay, well, so you chose to tail stake on the Titans, the worst ATS team in the last 22 games, and you didn't tail them on the Chiefs? That sounds like a you problem. I'm sorry. I got no sympathy for these freaking babies that cry about tailing plays. Don't fucking tail plays. And people are so soft. They just don't want to blame themselves. They want to be able to blame somebody else if they lose a bet. Softest shit I ever seen. Come on. Got to be better than that. Yeah. So anyways, the one thing I wanted to point out in this game, something to keep mental note. I don't like the late game coaching from the Seahawks. The Jags had no business even having a chance to come back in this game. And they almost did. The Seahawks did the same thing on the road against the Cardinals. Do you guys remember that? There we go. Yeah. Should not bitch when they hit the button. Nope. Titans are bad. Yep. We're going to talk about that in a second. That's my one thought process with the Seattle Seahawks. So here are the sequences of the fourth quarter. Okay. The Seahawks go in, or let me phrase it this way. The Seahawks have a dream start to the second half. Okay. 8 plays, 77 yards, took 5 minutes off the clock, scored touchdown to go up 20-6. The Jags get the ball back. They go 5 yards. They punt. Here are the Seahawks' next drives after that. Keep in mind, 20-6. Okay. 5 plays, 6 yards, punt. 3 plays, -1 yard, punt. 3 plays, 3 yards, punt. 4 plays, 14 yards, punt. Not good. Not good. You hear what I'm saying? This is something you got to be mindful of if you're betting on the Seahawks or if you're watching a Seahawks game and you want live action. The Seahawks try to give games away. That's not good. And I like Mike Macdonald. I want to like Mike Macdonald. He's clearly brilliant defensively, but this is not good. You cannot have your team fall asleep and be that soft in the second half of games. You did it against the Cardinals. You did it against the Jags. Jason taunting penalty killed that drive in the third. Good point. Yep, good point. But Jags almost made it a game, man. 14 plays, 82 yards, 7 minutes. Shout out again, Austin, Adams got picks with the Brian Thomas Jr. Touchdown. Great wager. And he had it. They had a big drop too, BTJ, another big drop. Rams Ravens, not a whole lot to talk about with this game. 17-3. Like I said, I mean, it was Derrick Henry game. Whoever called that, I think it was MJ or Royal. Again, thank you to the Ramble guys for coming on. I don't know if they're streaming tonight. I would be curious to know if they are, but if they do, make sure to tune in. DJ, I think that's more them leaning in the run game and defense because you're up big. Yeah, but Sharp, that's my problem. You get a little predictable and you get conservative when you get up late in the game and you just run, or run pass. You know what I mean? You got to be a little aggressive. You know, that's the one thing Warren Sharp's book has kind of opened my eyes to. First down passing. You don't want to overdo it. Totally agree on Hawks play calling. Notice when they threw the ball the last drive, end of the game. Yep. Yeah. Holy shit. New Manium. I don't see your name very often in here. Love all the new names that I'm seeing, although it does look like you're subscribed. It's up for 1 month. Oh, you're new. Welcome. Been following since October 2nd, 2025. Appreciate you and all the new people in here. But yeah, that's a great comment. I've said we're steak is 75 times BK. I'm sorry you're late. Like and sub. But he pulled his back out, so he can't stream. Forcing someone to watch Rams Ravens would be considered cruel. Yep. Hey, but shout out Steak's best bet on that under. Rams. As much as I would like to, I said it, man. I said it. I fucking hate fading Sean McVay and the Rams. I just hate it. I wanted to get nasty with the Ravens here. Who doesn't? Who didn't? I like gross plays, man. I really do. I don't like when it's super easy. You can't fade the Rams. They do this shit all the time, I'm finding, every year. They go on the East Coast. It's nasty, bad weather, LA team, you know. And look what they do. Look what they did against the Eagles last year. Look what they did against in New England. Cross country, shitty weather, dome team LA, and they still fucking find a way to figure it out and cover, you know? Yeah. You had to watch it in person? Oh, good God. That's brutal. Okay, we're in the 4 o'clock slate. We're going to recap. I'm going to take a quick piss break, and then we'll talk games tonight. And then maybe we'll talk a little NHL. But an hour in on the board review, the morning, the Monday recap. One of my favorite streams. I love recapping. I really do. Remember, we take away some tidbits. We try to help make ourselves a little bit better. Lean into what works, avoid what doesn't. Still having some things that are working, but a couple things that are not. So, Titans Raiders. I played the over in this game. I thought we were going to see points, and shame on me. You know, it's two bad quarterbacks, two bad offenses. Not a whole lot to talk about in this game other than it pains me to say it, guys, but Cam Ward is so obviously not ready to play in the NFL. He's just not. Yo, how is Dak not an MVP comp? Him and Baker playing great. True. Juan, you might be a little behind. I don't know if anyone wants to tell Juan if he might be behind. Juan Huerta in YouTube. Thanks for watching, Juan. But yeah, you're right. My bad. He's up there. Sure. Top 5. He's right there with Josh Allen, in my opinion. Yep. Yeah. Jacoby burned me. Bad on the yard, 6 leg. Oh, that's fucking brutal. Yeah. Van Jefferson, 4 catches, 75 yards, leading receiver here. I think Ridley got hurt. Doesn't really matter. They're bad. I mean, you go a whole game without a touchdown against the Raiders. You got to throw away that playbook and do something different, man. Starting rookie QB on the rip almost never works. They need to sit him and save it for the future. Yeah, they need to do something, man. He's not ready. And I like the guy. I like the kid. I think he's got a bright future. Okay, sorry. Just got something I got to attend to real quick, corp-wise, but I can get to that right when we're done. Was ever Cam Ward shredding ACC defenses? He was lost at Wazoo. Sure. Yep. Listen, again, as a Cam Ward supporter, you love to lean on the excuses for the poor coaching and the drops and the shit. His offensive line is so bad. That's something I tweeted too. How are they so bad? JC Latham and Skowronski, is that the guy's name? I mean, I thought they invested in this offensive line. They drafted guys and they're fucking terrible. They're terrible. Brian Callahan, isn't his dad Bill Callahan? Isn't he like an offensive line, you know, like an all-time offensive line coach? They're awful. But it still doesn't matter. Cam Ward is bad. Bengals Packers. Hey, where's Cam's money? I got to take this one on the chin. You know, I didn't understand the Joe Flacco trading. Well, they covered. Yep, they covered. One thing we do in the sports betting community too much is shit on each other and just make fun and chirp people when they have bad bets. I'd like to change that. I like to give people their credit. when they make good wagers, because nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the good wagers. If you bet the Bengals, that was a fantastic wager. And I can't even say you got lucky. It's 10-0 at halftime, but the Bengals were kind of in it from what I saw. The Bengals were in it. Matt LaFleur should not be laying 15 points. Lesson learned. And Flacco is an upgrade. Played good enough. Josh Jacobs, 93 yards. That was my read in this game. I played his over yards. So my prop reads were pretty decent. Not my touchdown score, but I like Josh Jacobs. He was not the leading rusher of the week. Obviously, I played him. I had no weekly specials this week. Golden at 86 yards. Shout out to the guy I met at the Polymarket thing yesterday, Jack. I don't know if Jack's tuning in, but he told me, he said, Matthew Golden coming out party. I was like, yeah, people have been waiting for that. It would be funny. Sure enough, 3 catches, 86 yards, 35-yard yarder. No one in the NFL should be laying 15 points. Yeah, fair enough. Can't bet Zach Taylor either. He fucking stinks. No, he does stink. Yeah, never forget I had Zach Taylor first coach fired the year the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. 29 to 45, 219. I mean, he averaged 4.9 yards. It's not doing much, but only 1 sack. They blocked for him. 10 catches, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Unbelievable. I mean, if you had a Jamar Chase touchdown ticket, in the same breath, I'll say great job on the Bengals. If you had Jamar Chase touchdown ticket, I mean, holy shit. That was 4th and 5. Guy all over him. Catches it anyway. What a play. What a play. I'll tell you a little bit more about Polymarket tomorrow. I'm solo today, so we got to run through the recap and make sure we get touch everything. All right. Let's talk about the Bucs for a second. You guys want to spend a minute on the Bucs? Let's spend a minute on the Bucs. And I want everybody locked in. I want you to hear. I want to hear your opinions on my opinions, because I wake up today and I'm still seeing Bucs slander, and I just can't quite understand it. I can't understand why people are still disrespecting this team. Now let me pull up the tweets. All right. I want to make sure Baker deserves respect. Sure fucking does. Hold on. I want to make sure I don't misquote anyone or anything. Okay. All right. I got one of them. There's one. And then let me get the other one up. Cam's Money sent me this other one. This is good. Okay. All right. I've got the tweets loaded up. Des Johnson wondering if the NBA. Oh, my God. I know that was hilarious. Yep. Unk is unking. Am I? Don't you go anywhere, Cornfield. You're the one that started this. Okay. So the Bucs are 3-point favorites in the game against the San Francisco 49ers, and they win the game 30-19. Game goes over. I played the under. The game does go over. I think the only question I have is, I don't understand why somebody would watch the Bucs play football, win games, and come away thinking, they're lucky. They can't keep doing this. Because we're 6 weeks into the season, and a lot of teams are dealing with injuries. Frankly, their opponent, the San Francisco 49ers, has got to be number one on the dealing with injuries power rankings. But I would argue that the Bucs are number 2, right? When you say the Bucs are number 2. So, yeah, I know. I've said it. Tampa's 5-1. They probably could be 2-4. But this is what annoys me. Vikings number 2, lost star quarterback JJ. Hilarious. This is what annoys me. People keep saying the Bucs are 5-1, but they're not winning games convincingly. Okay. And I don't understand this. I don't understand why this is a negative thing for the Bucs, because you're acting like the Bucs are the Chiefs. You're acting like the Bucs are like Ohio State, and they should be going in and facing their opponent and beating them by 3 touchdowns. I don't understand. Oh, Baker Mayfield is putting together game-winning drive after game-winning drive, and for some reason, all that we think of after that's done is, they're due for regression. That's the takeaway for the Bucs. Now, I want to be clear. I'm going to reference a couple tweets, and none of this is personal. All right. I like all these guys. Cornfields, I don't even have to pull his tweet up. But after the Bucs lost to the Eagles, made him 3-1, he tweeted, and I think it was the worst tweet I've ever seen in my life. The Bucs are confirmed frauds. That's what he said. Because going into that week, after the Bucs were 3-0, he started to already tease that the Bucs were frauds. And he's not the only one doing this. I'm going to tell you who else is out there doing it. That is legitimately one of the worst tweets. Now, I want to make it clear. I've met Cornfields in person. I like Cornfields a lot. All right. I would consider Cornfields a friend. I respect him. I think he's a smart guy. He's much smarter than me. He's very sharp better. But in the same breath, we can be honest. I'm an honest guy. It's a fucking horrendous take. It's a horrendous take. All right. Now let's go to these other two. Okay. Ship it on that weak ass division. They've only played one division opponent so far. Okay. Here's another one. Are you guys familiar with Stuckey? All right. I like Stuckey. Stuckey's an OG in the sports betting community. Followed him a long time. I like him. I respect his opinion. I respect the side he's on. Again, I think he's a smart guy and a good sports bettor. Here's a tweet. This Bucs team is absolute buns, and everyone is afraid to say it because Baker Mayfield had 4 last-minute drives. Bookmark this for when they finish 8-9. Huh. Ooh. I replied with one of my favorite gifs. Ooh. All right. Ooh. I have no other response. Are they going to finish 8-9? I don't know. Anything's possible. That could happen. I'm not here to tell you that they're not. But to say this team is absolute buns, where are we getting that from? The only thing I can think of is you have to be a bitter better. Okay? Do you guys remember Bitter Beer Face back in the day? You take that beer and you're like, you guys remember that? That was a great commercial. I forget who it was. It was like Bud Light or something. This is a new thing. I'm going to call it bitter better syndrome. All right? BBS. We saw this last year with Adam Chernoff. He bet on the Bucs to beat the Commanders. He thought the Commanders were lucky as shit, and the Commanders won. Now, I watched that game. I'm a Bucs fan. I got to tell you, yeah, it sucks that Baker Mayfield fumbled a snap. That never happens in pro football. Fumbling a snap in your own, deep in your own territory, and the Commanders recover. Did they get a little lucky? Sure. But did the Bucs deserve to win that game? Fuck no. They played horribly. They played awful. So the Bucs didn't deserve to win. Sorry. Then he comes out and says the Commanders are the luckiest team since 2018 Chiefs. Okay. What are you trying to say? The comparison for the Washington Commanders last year was the 2018 Chiefs, the start of a fucking dynasty? That's what you're upset about? The only thing I can think of is you're betting against the Bucs, you're losing against the Bucs, and you're bitter. That's the only thing I can think of. Because if you're not, if you're neutral, how can you not watch the Bucs play down half of their team? And again, I'm not making excuses because I know the 49ers are as well. But come on, man. They got like half their offensive line starting, if that. They were down to their third right guard, third string right guard. They got no Mike Evans. They got no Chris Godwin. Emeka Egbuka got hurt. They're throwing to fucking guys you've never heard of. Okay? There's no Bucky Irving. They got Sean Tucker. Their defense isn't even that good to begin with. They're down Clancy, one of their best pass rushers and interior guys. Yeah, they got Vita Vea, but they also got Levante David. Sure, he's a good name. He's a good linebacker. He's like 35 years old. Sure, they might get to smoke the Detroit, but that doesn't mean that they're lucky, because here's the problem. This is what I don't understand. People are upset that the Bucs are winning games with come from behind game-winning drives by not many points. Okay, let's go through the schedule. In Atlanta, to open the year, on the road against a divisional opponent, the Bucs were a 2.5-point favorite. The game closed essentially at a pick'em, or -1 for the Bucs. It's a 50-50 game. They won it by 3. What were they expected to win the game by? 3. Okay, what's the problem? Next game, on the road against Houston. Back-to-back road games to start the year.
against one of the best defenses in the NFL on Monday night. You're 2.5-point dogs. What'd you do? You won the game by 1. What's the fucking problem? You're expected to lose the game. You won it by 1. What's the fucking problem? You're favored by 6.5 against the Jets. You won it by 2. You're up the entire game. You fell asleep. You still won. What's the problem? Against the Eagles at home, your dogs by 3.5 points against the Super Bowl champions. Were they missing guys? Were they missing A.J. Brown? Were they missing Saquon Barkley? Were they missing Jalen Hurts? Don't think so. I know the Jets are ass. It's not the point. They go down in the game. Oh, and they're lucky. They had a punt block return for a touchdown. They dig themselves into a hole. They fight back. They lose the game by 6. You go on the road against the Seattle Seahawks with nobody. No Bucky Irving. You're 3.5-point dogs. You win the game by 3. What's the problem? You're favored to win by 3 against the San Francisco 49ers, who just beat the Los Angeles Rams. You're favored to win the game by 3. You win the game by 11. I don't understand the problem. They're 5-1. Are they going to get smoked by Detroit next week? Maybe. What the fuck does that matter? Bucks sucks, latest edition type of raised glaze. That's insane. And then this is the other one from Henry Ettinger. Henry seems like a nice guy, and he seems like a smart guy. First victory formation of the season. If you ever were looking for a screaming sign that his team is due for negative regression, here it is. What? That doesn't make sense to me. What are we talking about? Negative regression because you just had your first victory formation of the season? At home as a 3-point favorite against the Niners? Missing half your team? No Bucky, no Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin. Ibuka's out almost the whole game. Down your third string right guard. I mean, how is that the thought process after watching the Tampa Bay Bucks? I just don't understand it. Put a little fucking respect on their name one time. Baker Mayfield's the dog. And how about Todd Bowles? How about Todd Bowles? Next man up. Next man up. Kudos to Kyle Shanahan. He's a great coach. Corn's got Kyle Shanahan to win Coach of the Year. Nobody has to deal with more adversity and more bullshit, more injuries than Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers. Next man up. He gets credit. Bowles doesn't get credit. He doesn't get credit for throwing in Cameron Johnson, Tez Johnson, Sterling Shepard, Sean Tucker. No credit. It's crazy to me. I don't understand it. And the only thing that explains it to me is bitter, better syndrome. We can move on. People will simplify this, hate when the Lions steamroll next week. Doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. The Bucks are 5-2. So what? So what? Doesn't make a difference to me. Respect Tez Johnson. Yeah, exactly. Like they have a good head coach. They have a great GM. They've built this team from the inside out. Everybody you look around, they've practically drafted themselves. You know, I just don't get it. No, and then this is the response that the Bucks haters have. Oh, then bet the Bucks to win the Super Bowl. Brother, there's a big difference between lucky and 8-9 or winning the Super Bowl. All I am merely saying is, can't we just respect the Bucks for being a tough, hard-nosed, gritty football team? Like, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Isn't that kind of cool? What are they expected to do? I just walked through the spreads and the schedule with you. They've done what's expected. Thank you, Zan, man. Unk is low-key spitting. Not sure how people think different. That's what I think. I'm trying to think. I like to play devil's advocate. I'm putting myself in the shoes of Cornfields, Stuckey, and Henry. Again, nothing personal. All guys I like and respect. Nice guys and good follows in the betting community. I'm just wondering, how could they think like this? What is the thought process to see this and then say, oh, the Bucks are due for regression. They're not very good. I don't get that. I think you're making very good points, just mixed with a little passionate fan talk. 100%. I am a fan. It's hard not to. I'm trying to be as unbiased as I possibly can. But like, even as a fan of sports, I love shit like this. I love the underdog, you know? And like, people were so right about the Eagles being frauds when they were 10-1 missing their coordinators, and they crashed and they were really bad, but they weren't dealing with the adversity that the Bucks are dealing with. It wasn't really next man up mentality. At least I didn't think it was. He can't run and convert 3rd and 20 first downs every week. Cornfields. What makes you say that he can't? That's what he does. He did it against your fucking Vikings last year in week 1. How do I know I had the Vikings in Survivor? He did it against the Lions. That's what Baker does. What do you mean he can't keep doing it? It's not like this is new. This is who Baker is. Yeah, there it is. There it is. That's what people, it's the name. You're not Josh Allen. You're not Josh Allen. Todd Bowles, you're not Kyle Shanahan. They get no respect, and I love it. I'm starting to love it. Yep, plus 850 to miss plus. All this Buck talk is a trauma response. I don't know what it's a question. I'm simply asking a question because I don't understand. Me no comprende. All right, we can move on. But the Bucks are 5-1. Yeah, they're probably going to get ass blasted by the Lions next week, and the Lions are coming off a loss. Sure, doesn't change anything. 5-2. You know, waiting for the Bucks Super Bowl slip. That's not how this works. I'm not saying they're winning the Super Bowl. I'm just simply saying that they're a good team. There's good teams that I don't think are winning the Super Bowl. Are the Colts frauds? Colts are pretty good. They're 5-1. Are they not frauds? I'm not taking them to win the fucking Super Bowl. You know, probably. Yeah. I mean, dude, look at that defense. Look at that defense. Who do they have? Jamel Dean, Zion McCollum. Like, come on. Antoine Winfield's a dog. We already talked about this. We're not doing this again. Anyway. So, okay, let's keep moving. The other game that we were going to talk about was Bengals Packers. Chiefs Lions. I fell asleep. But Patrick Mahomes is a real problem. Yeah, he's a real problem. He's a real problem. People don't believe in Baker. I already read that. Yep. Patrick Mahomes is a real problem. I mean, there's only so much you can do if you're the Lions, right? Kind of a game. You were underdogs. Pros love the Lions. They're I'm sorry. Love the Chiefs. Good wager. Great wagers. That he had the audacity to say keep moving after that. What are we talking about? Seeing Daniel Jones start a season like this might be the most tilting thing. Yeah, no shit. Unc was serious about that 9 p.m. shit. Oh, yeah. 0 penalties for the Chiefs is nuts. Yeah, there's definitely some weird shit going on with the Chiefs. I saw that questionable call on the interception. I saw that they threw a flag after the touchdown on the Jared Goff thing. I mean, you miss a call. I don't know that I've seen an illegal shift called after that. You just talked for 18 minutes on the Bucks and said keep moving. Yeah, but Snacks, I made it very clear that there's a point to be made here, and I think that was okay. Unfortunately for the Chiefs, are not like it was our fault. No, I didn't say that like it was our fault. I said we'll keep it moving. Unfortunately, the Chiefs are going on a roll. Yeah, they are. Were you going to talk any afternoon puck? Yeah, we'll talk afternoon puck. We're going to talk about MNF football right now. The Chiefs are a real problem, and Patrick Mahomes, I took him to lead the league in passing. I think you guys should be keeping an eye on Mahomes' passing yards. This guy is 22 of 30. He's going to get Rice back. He's going to go on a fucking tear. 257. I probably was around what his prop was. Gibbs 17 to 65. James Williams had a good day. Sam Laporta had a good day. Oh, I had a parlay that looked good, but I had Jameson over 22.5 longest catch, and it was 22, and then Laporta over his receiving yards. Yep. Adam, I gave you your flowers. I don't know if you're just now joining, but I did say great job on your Brian Thomas Jr. pick. That was awesome. Jackass Rice back next week. Yeah, what a scumbag. When Rice gets back. Yep, absolutely. Okay, we got 2 games to talk about. Then we will get to a little afternoon puck because it's being asked by the chat. You know, we're men of the people around here. So let's go ahead and let's lock in on the Bills Falcons tonight, 7:15. Let me see what that spread is. I'm going to pull up Pickett, W Pickett. Let's see what the spread is on that. Events. Here we go. We've got the Bills minus 3.5, or you can get 4.5 on the Falcons on DraftKings. W Pickett showing us the best line at H available sportsbook. Love that. Total 49 if you want the over minus 120, so it's probably around 50. And then we've got the Bears and Commanders, and my favorite bet on this slate tonight is the over. And that Bears-Commanders game, I might even be on it large. All right, I'm going to take a quick piss. It's been an hour and 18 minutes running solo here. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then I will be right back. Here's a graphic. Where is that?
love when the music times up perfectly so that I'm back right when it stops. Okay, let's get this banner off. Welcome to the Snowman DGen stream. Yep, kind of groovy. I know it is very groovy. Okay. Lane's Locks with a 7-stream streak. What's up, Kevin D? How we doing? Joey Dumps, appreciate you. Hope Steaks Back's feeling better. And let's get to the board. All right. The Buffalo Bills. Just tee this up real quick. All right. Bills, Falcons. What is the... Let's see. Okay, the Falcons are 2-2, and they had an early bye week. How did young and irresponsible DGen bounce back after a weekend like sending the bookie 30 units? One of those Mondays I question everything. Too much volume on CFB, too much time. Oh, slow and steady. Slow and steady. I've always been a disciplined better. I have. That's why my old time bookie friends used to hate me. Al gives DGen, AI gives DGen a better hairline. Who blew Steaks Back out? Very funny. Falcons are coming off of a bye, and they're coming off of a pretty good, much needed win. Granted, it was against Marcus Mariota, but they won the game 34-27. It was the best offensive performance they've had. The best offensive performance they've had. You almost didn't want a bye week, but at the end of the day, you kind of did. Because before that, they were shut out on the road against Carolina. But what do we know about Carolina? They're a better team at home. On the Harrison play, did you get dropped on your head? What? I never hate or troll you, but man, on the Harrison play, did you get dropped on your head as a baby? What in the world are you talking about? Didn't he get concussed and get knocked out? He had 2 catches for 30 yards. What are you talking about? Okay, well, what was wrong with the play? I don't understand. Can you elaborate? If not, I'm going to move on. Yeah, Vinny, right? Is that a weird comment? He's a bot? No, I think he's a real person. I've seen that name before. Okay. The fuck do you want me to do about it? He got hurt. There's no way you're bitching about a bet where a guy got hurt and taken out of the game. Who? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Come on. I'm going to give you a chance right now to be like, yeah, my bad. Or that's crazy. You're bitching to me. You took the time. The story you said is what I'm referring to. What are you talking about? What's wrong with the story? The guy was on a pace to go crazy. He had 2 catches for 32 yards. Yeah, 40 yards. And he got hurt. We're going to move on. I'm going to do a better job of not even paying that any attention. Look at this guy. I love people coming in. First time chatter. That's one of the dumbest comments I've ever read. Not going to lie. I love that people are in here with half brains. Still dragging thy nuts. Yeah. What's wrong with the play? He played in Indianapolis. He was playing in Indianapolis where his dad played. And I thought he would go off, and he probably would have if he didn't get hurt. Yeah, I don't know. All right, Dragon, listen, we'll give you another chance. We're going to move on. We have too much to talk about here. But I do, if somebody wants to hold me accountable for a bad bet, I do acknowledge it. I don't ignore it. That was just a really, really bad one. Okay. So the Buffalo Bills are in a spot where you would have to imagine everybody's going to, it's all love, my bad. W ownership. That's okay. We'll start over. Everybody's going to probably expect the Bills to bounce back, right? By the way, does my hair look like Ace Ventura today? I just realized that's like coming over to the side, like the horns. Everybody's probably going to expect the Buffalo Bills to bounce back after losing at home to the Patriots. And dare I say, because we've been saying this, the spots are becoming a little too obvious. The bounce back spots are becoming a little too obvious. I don't think I want to play into that narrative. Am I crazy for that? There are certain teams and certain situations where I will. The Falcons after getting shut out. Come on. Returning home against Commanders defense not that good? Sure. But like with big names and big teams, don't you think, especially on a primetime game, I'm just talking here, I'm just spitballing ideas.
Don't you think the Bills, and I think Pip or someone said it a little bit earlier too, don't you think the Bills line looks a little short? 4? What was the opener on this? What was the opener? You should fire Kyle Pitts up today, gang. Interesting. Bills run D will be gashed again off Falcons bye with Algier and B-Rob. B-Rob? You mean Bijan? Oh, that's interesting. I always think of B-Rob as Brian Robinson. I guess B-Rob is Bijan. Bijan Robinson. Okay, the opener was 5.5. Well, listen, I'm in no position to disrespect the Sharps. Yep, you're right. You're right. Oh, wow, it's down to 3.5 at FanDuel. Sharps loving the home dog here. No kidding. No kidding. Line looks really short after how the Bills are rolling. DJ, can you give us a first score touchdown prediction? Yeah, not in this game, but I like Debo in the Commanders game. We'll talk about that in a second because I got a real strong play there. So here's where I'm at. Total in this game is 49.5. It's touched 50 at Circa. It's 49.5 at FanDuel and DraftKings. So that means, again, I'm just speculating. This is what I think, not what I know. But what I think that means is if it's going to move to 50 at Circa, that's probably the line movement you want to respect. So money likes the over. They also like the Falcons. Are the Sharps going to go 2-0? I don't think so. But I'm not disrespecting the Sharps because they've been more right than they've been wrong, especially this weekend. Nailed the Chiefs, and they nailed the Steelers, So I'm just thinking from an X's and O's perspective. I'm not even a guy who thinks the Atlanta Falcons are that good, nor do I really respect them all that much. I don't know, man. I don't think the Buffalo's the Bills defense is anything that's going to like come in and stifle the Falcons after a really good week, a bye week to kind of, I don't know. You get momentum going into a bye week, right? We talk about it all the time, but we don't want a team that's red hot going into a bye, coming out of a bye. We want a team that needed that bye week. So you guys will kind of be the judge. I would say the Falcons could have used that bye week, because it's been kind of up and down. Like even when they played and won against the Vikings, he scored 22 points. He didn't really light the world on fire. That was more about JJ McCarthy being a handoff merchant. Just kidding. Market follows Pinnacle. Oh, okay. Pinnacle has 50. Got it. Do you think the line is taking bye week into consideration? I really don't know. Measuring stick test for the Falcons versus the Bills. Think the Falcons show up like it's their Super Bowl. I'm kind of with you guys. Pains me to say it. I don't like the Atlanta Falcons. I don't want the Atlanta Falcons to win as a Bucs fan. Remember? If you guys pay attention to my 18-minute rant that Snacks was really unhappy about. I think that I don't think I like the Bills here. I don't think I trust the Bills on the road. Laying that many points. I wish Mid-Major Matt was here because I feel like he's very good at reading the Bills. I do feel like he's good at reading the Bills. I'm going to say I lean under in this game, and I lean Falcons. I lean under, and I lean the dog. And you know how I am. It's silly. It's stupid. I know Alan Dims is going to cringe, but we've got 2 games. Prime time. I think one game goes over, one game goes under, and I think one favorite wins, and I think one favorite doesn't. I think the dog that barks is probably the Falcons, and I think the favorite that covers is the Washington Commanders. That's what I think. Now, in terms of props for this game, I haven't given it a whole lot of thought. I've really been a little bit more focused on the Commanders. I really like that team coming off of their performance. We'll talk about that in a second. Maybe. I have no idea. The Falcons get AJ Terrell back. Okay. Do you like both dogs tonight? Good luck. I don't really know. I think you're going to go 1-1 and lose the VIG, So I would pick flying to Atlanta for a random Monday night game. Who? You are? It's a weird spot for the Bills with bye week behind it. Is it though? Is it? Like Atlanta's not that far. They're going to be in a dome. It's cold up here up north. This game in a dome, prime time, before bye, I think it's fine. Classic Bijan day. Keep the ball out of Josh's hands. Yeah. Well, let's go look at a couple of the lines. We'll talk about the Commanders, and then we'll finish it up with some NHL. I'm gonna go to Pickett here. That's true. Yeah, I'll give you that. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. 1-1 on the money line. Right. Yes. Yes. I don't know why I was just assuming spread. You're right. The electric finish back. Oh, absolutely. Yep. Need NHL under from you. Yeah, I hit the first period under, but then I faded the damn Blues. That wasn't a good idea. The Flames are rat shit. All right, let's look at the touchdown market. Can you guys see that okay on Pickett? I think you can. Cook minus 140. Allen. Oh, this is the Allen gets in game. This is the Allen gets in game. Guys, it is. This is the Allen gets in game. What happened last week? Oh no, James Cook didn't score. Shit. Allen had 2 touchdown passes, but he did not have a touchdown run. I think it's Allen. Yeah, I think it's Allen. First touchdown. I'm into it. I think Drake London probably scores. Maybe that's a little chalky. No, I guess it's not. You're fine with a plus 160 touchdown score. I'm good with that. I don't think I like Keon Coleman tonight. I don't know that I like any Bills receivers tonight, truthfully. I think this is going to have to be a grinded out game from the Bills. You're right, because someone said it. I like that. The Falcons are going to treat this like their Super Bowl. You're going to have to give them everything. Raymond McLeod was drafted by the Bills 2018. Wow, I love that. Go over rushing. Snack scrubbed all weekend. Hopefully y'all tailed. I did not, but happy to hear it. Always happy to hear it. Pip says Allen Daniels 2-piece anytime touchdown parlay. Don't hate it one bit. I like Josh Allen and I like Drake London. Curdy, I've been asked that 15 times, and I just said I'm going to get right to it after we talk Monday Night Football. Allen, no passing tutties away this year. No shit. What a nugget. Okay. That's all right. Kind of funny how you view the Bills offense. Cook and Allen, juice TD odds, but all the wide receiver tight ends 2 and 1 or worse. They have no idea either. Yeah. Well said. Kincaid, longest reception. Nice. All right. W. Ron. Ray will be TD scored tonight. Square play will be Josh Bijan get in. Yep. Dijon really going to fade Ben Johnson out of the bye. No, I'm not. I'm leaning into it. All right, let's get into it. I'm excited to talk about it. Have these fucks had an away game this year? Yeah, this is the first time they've left Buffalo, right? Because they went on the road to, or the first time they left the state of New York. Well, that's a lie. They went to New Jersey to play the Jets. Luther Burden Bomb. What's up, Royal? Been home every primetime game this week. Yeah. Let's go to the Commanders. I like Allen and I like Drake London. I'm going to take both of them to score a touchdown. Hope I hit one and profit. I leaned Falcons and I leaned under. That's the best you're going to get from me. Okay. All right. I'm ready to talk about this game, guys. Let's lock in on the Bears, Commanders. We'll talk a little NHL, then we'll wrap it up. Pull up Pickett first. Here are the splits. You got a lot of action on the Bears spread here. Bets and money on the over. Don't care. I like it. I like the over in this game. So here's what I wanted to bet on or bet into. My best bet last week, two best bet winning streak. No big deal. No one's talking about it. That's okay. We'll have to get to 3. See if we get some fire under there. Nothing to brag about. My best bet last week was the Washington Commanders. Okay. I like these guys that come back from injury fresh. And that's exactly what I thought from Jaden Daniels. What we just saw from Jaylen Warren. Jaylen Warren had pop, 11 carries, 52 yards. That's great. Typically, with Jaylen Warren, you get like 11 carries for 30 yards. That's against the Browns defense. Jaden Daniels comes back after missing 2 games. He missed the Raiders. He missed the Falcons. Commanders go 1-1. But I like what I saw from the offense. It was still moving. The offense was still moving. Jaden Daniels comes back, and I make the best bet +3 on the road against the Chargers. Now, I was watching that game, and I was kind of shitting my pants. No doubt about it. The Chargers go up in that game easy, 7-0. Then they go up 10-0. The Washington Commanders did nothing offensively in the first quarter, and I was like, fuck. Then they capitalized. They took advantage of a fumble, of a turnover late in the second quarter, all right? They get the ball. They go down the field. They put together a beautiful drive. You following? A beautiful drive. Bill gets in on a 15-yard run. Bill had a great game. I think he had like 110 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Shout out Steak. He called that. They score with 4 minutes left. They get the ball back again. They get a field goal. Huge. 10-10. Huge. Then in the second quarter, or the second half, what do? They get a touchdown. First drive, I believe, in the second half. Another Bill touchdown run, 17-10. Then they get the ball back. Matt Gay field goal. Then they get another touchdown to end the game and ice it. Deebo Samuel. 27-10. Loved what I saw from the Commanders offense after shaking off the rust from Jane Daniels coming back in and playing his first quarter off of injury. I think the offense keeps rolling. That's what I think. Now, this is great. This is why we do this. I fucking love the chat. I love counterpoints, and I love pushback. We're thick in here. Truth says, Bears defense back healthy again. Kyler Gordon, top slot nickel corner, first came back. Only guy out is Grady Jarrett. Totally fine. I'm not a guy you're going to see very often that bets into injuries. I know that's a pro thing to do. Not me. Don't care. How many guys were out for the Seahawks defense yesterday? They held the Jags 12 points on the road. Don't care. I think the Washington Commanders are gonna put up points and find success moving the ball against anybody. Hurt, injured, don't give a fuck. Now, somebody said DJ's going to fade the Bears off of a bye. Nope, I'm not. In fact, I am taking the over because of this exact reason. I think the Bears find success. What do I preach? What do I talk about? I've already said it multiple times in here, but I'm going to keep repeating myself because people come in and out of this thing, all right? The Bears had an early bye week. What teams did and didn't need the early bye? Now, you might say, oh, I don't know, DJ, they won 2 games. Maybe they were heating up and the bye was a bad thing. I disagree. I disagree strongly. The Bears start the year 0-2. They blew it against the Vikings. They get their ass kicked against the Lions, but they had a great offensive performance against the Cowboys. Could have been better and should have been better. 31 was not enough. They should have put up 45. And I should have hit Caleb Williams most passing yards that week. Missed it by 2 fucking yards. 31-24. Then they go on the road against the Raiders, and they almost lose. They almost lose the game. They were down, 24 something? They come back, they win. Gritty win. But still, they should have been better. Caleb Williams is not passing my eye test, but the offense is getting better. And Ben Johnson is opening up the playbook. No Terry, totally different look than last year. Was a huge under, I agree, over Ben offensive mind off a bye. Yeah, exactly. Don't care if Terry's in there, and obviously I wish he was. I wish he was. What was your best Halloween outfit ever? I've just rotated between like being the Hulk and being Wolverine. That's really it. But I know Halloween's coming up. My wife loves Halloween. They blocked the game-winning field goal attempt against the Raiders. Could argue they should have lost outright. Very fair. Very fair. Thank you, Sock Station, by the way. Are you a first-time chatter? I haven't seen your name before. Welcome. Anyways, great point. I think the Bears are a team that needed the bye. I'm glad they got the bye. The Commanders aren't coming off a bye. They're coming off of traveling west to east, but I don't care because Jaden Daniels is fresh. Take away Lions game and Cowboys game. The Bears are likely going to look like the Vikings and Raiders game. Could. They could. The Commanders could win this game 34-24. That's 58 points. That's over the total. I like it. Both teams are getting into the 20s. Both teams are scoring 24. The game, if the Bears cover, it's going to be 28-27. If they don't cover, it's going to be 34-24. That's what I think. I like points. I like the over. Somebody just said Deebo Samuel is a game time decision. That sucks. Because, again, I'm not somebody that bets into injuries, but I certainly would like Deebo Samuel to be playing. I hope he's going to play. I'm just going to assume that he plays. Caleb proved tonight why he was the number 1 pick in the Bears. Listen, people keep saying, they're like, oh, DJ, are you a Caleb Williams guy now? No. I'm not a Caleb Williams guy after he was 14-14 against the Vikings, and I'm not after he fucking had 298 yards against the Cowboys. Stop. He doesn't look good in the pocket. He panics. He freaks out. He doesn't trust his reads, and he doesn't put the ball on the money. He misses guys more often than not. Can he make plays? Yeah, he can make plays. But I like that Ben Johnson is opening up the playbook. So I think he runs a bit tonight. Sure. Like the over. Looks like, oh, wow. Commanders are up to 4.5, up to 5.5. So the Sharps and maybe even the public like the Commanders. Sharps like the Falcons. Are they going to go 2-0 tonight? I don't know. I really don't know. Zach Ertz or Chris Moore? Got to be Ertz. This game feels like over. Well, yeah, I'm with you, Zane. I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. And if you lean into that read, I hope you share the same sentiment and you know you are taking accountability, pressing the button. That's all I got to tell you. Commies have the number 1 rush offense. Bears are dead last in rush defense. I mean, look, I got no beef in betting into Bill. I thought he looked great. He's a young guy. He had pop. I'm into Jane Daniels. I think Jane Daniels is going to have a great game tonight back at home after getting that win on the road. I think it's going to be huge for his confidence. I think they get momentum. I think the Commanders come out of this game 4-2. That's what I like. Touchdown score for me is going to be Deebo Samuel, unless obviously, of course, he's out. Let me find a backup guy.
DeAndre Swift is probably scoring. I don't hate a Jaden Daniels touchdown. I think I saw Krabs tweet something about that. Has Loveland done anything? That's what we got to look into, guys. Has Loveland done anything? Dude, where is this guy? Are you serious? Was he hurt? Oh, he's questioned. Oh, he's been injured. Got it. He's been hurt, low targets. Yeah, he could get involved. I mean, it's prime time off a bye. Think about it, man. Ben Johnson's going to get in his fucking bag. Ben Johnson is getting his bag. We're getting points. I'm taking BTTS in this game. Fuck it. I'm taking it. Both teams score. A little soccer play. I love it. Maybe that'll be the game script video tonight. Yep. Loveland, LOL. Yeah, fine. I'm not going to get cute with it. I'm just thinking that Ben Johnson's going to get something going. He's going to get into his bag of tricks and do something. So I was going to say maybe he showcases the guy that he traded for or drafted, sorry. What's the longest reception on Bird and Truth? You seem like a guy that we need in the Twitch or the YouTube channel just to chat it up with the 150 plus we have in here. Active as motherfuckers. Alameda too. Don't forget DJ Moore or Loveland. I don't hate either of those. Yeah, DJ Moore is a good one, dude. Plus 230. Cole Kmet. Don't hate it. I kind of see I see a Bears tight end getting a touchdown. I really do. Chris Rodriguez, McLaurin to the score is minus 180, but that's under. He's probably not even playing. Luke McCaffrey maybe get a little involved. Sorry, what was the longest reception that you did? Nope, we're going to talk ice here in a minute. With the 10th pick in the draft, the Chicago Bears select Tyler Warren. Wait, no, it's Colson Levitt. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Luther Burden. All right, hold on. Let me see. We're going to look this up, then we're going to talk puck. Everybody keeps asking a million times. We're going to get there. Komet ATD, I don't hate that. I agree with you. I don't want to keep banging my head against the wall, trying to time that up. There's Steak. There he is, giving out 5 subs. We appreciate you, Steak. Who got him? Fuzzy got one. AB, Camo, Rich MBA, and shout out. Love it. Monongai receptions. Williams longest completion. All right, hold on. Can't keep up with all these damn comments. Luther Burden. Here we go. Longest reception. The moment you've been waiting for. 12 and a half. There you go. That's probably your play right there. There you go. You remember, I don't know what he did against the Raiders. I guess I could find out. But he had a good one. Oh, he didn't do shit. He had 2 catches, -4 yards. He had a big one against Cowboys. So, yeah, he didn't do shit. All right. Royal, I hope you have something cheeky. The people need it. Thanks again, Steak. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling okay and hope we see you tomorrow. All right, that's it for me, guys. Love the over in this game. Might play it large. Ripping in the tearing. Love that. AB, there we go. AB says, thanks for the gift sub. Love that. Now you can watch the Degenerate Weekly Twitch channel ad-free for a month on the house. What happened to your back, Steak? Yeah. Snidesy was saying, who threw your back out? Okay. NHL, for anybody who cares. Then we're going to shut it down. It's 11:44. Thank you all for tuning in. Packed house today. We love it. Wow, there's a lot of NHL here. All right. I'll give you my thoughts. Colorado Avalanche, pretty damn good hockey team, aren't they? Oh my gosh, they lost the Stars in a shootout. Wow. Oh, they've been going with Scott Wedgwood? That's their guy this year? Holy shit, I didn't know that. What have the Sabres been doing? Oh man, they're so pathetic, aren't they? Oh God. 1 goal in 2 games. Oh. Well, I'll tell you this. Teams can't win every game. I tried to fade Colorado with Utah in a parlay. They lost 2-1, but could have probably laid some juice with a +1.5 there. I hate to say it, but I mean, it's, this is probably a game where the Sabres score some goals. That's what I think. Twitter POD is lightning today. Can't say I disagree. All right, we'll talk about it. Yep. You like the under? Dude, I was going to say, isn't 6.5 kind of crazy? Doesn't 6.5 seem kind of crazy? Yeah. Rantanen owns Colorado. Always plays well against his former team. Yep. Oh, Snacks, I literally just said they scored 1 goal in 2 games. They might. Sure. Love that. Tapatio.
Love that. That's what I just said. Yeah, it's fucking high. Like an point stack. I like that. Let's go a little 12:30. I'll play that. I'll punch that in right now. Actually, I'll wait. I'll punch it in. Let's go. Let's go. Tempo and pace. All right. Sura gave us McKinnon assist large, and that is hitting. I bet it is. I like points, so it kind of correlates. I don't know what to do with the Nashville Predators yet. Okay, remember it's early in the season. Let's wait and see. The reads have been pretty good. They lost to 2-1 win against Columbus, 3-2 loss in Utah. I think we're going to see a better Nashville Predators team this year. That's what I think. I mean, think about it. Like, I kind of nailed this with the Tennessee Titans. You sign all these free agents. They're not coming there to win. They're coming there to get paid. The Predators are one of the oldest teams in the NHL. They got a bunch of guys who are past their prime there to get paid. But they also got pride, That was a horrendous season for the Nashville Predators. I think they're going to bounce back and play a lot better. On the flip side, you already know, I'm an Ottawa Senators guy. So the Senators had probably the hardest start of any hockey team in the NHL. You got to play on the road against the Lightning and the Panthers. It's amazing you get one of those wins. You're plus 160, you're plus 135, whatever. Yeah, they lost 6-2. That was on the 11th. They got a day off. Now they're back home opener. I got to tell you, man, even though I'm a Senators guy this year, I don't hate the Preds. I don't hate the Preds here. The Preds have been playing tougher, scrappier games, 2 one-goal games so far. This would be an under for me. If Ullmark's in net, maybe I should pull up daily face-off. If Ullmark's in net, he's not my guy that I leaned into goalie-wise. I'm a Swayman guy this year. Ullmark is in net, and it might be Saros. That could be an ugly game. That could be an ugly, low-scoring game, I think. Jets, Islanders, Preds, Senators. That's the over you have? Ugh. I'm just going to be honest, Pip. I don't know that I love it. Yes, Snidesy mid-major. Yep. No, it does not. It does not. I'm on their over. This season. Nope. Swayman season, baby. No downfall for Boston. You guys are going to wish, mark my words. And if this doesn't happen, just forget it. I'm deleting this footage. You're going to wish you bought low. On the Boston Bruins. Let's talk about that in a second, though. Winnipeg, minus 120 against the Islanders. I'm not an Islanders guy. Yeah, I said it. But I don't know that I'm a Winnipeg Jets guy either. Islanders, 0-2. I don't think they're going to be good this year. I'm so sick and tired of the Islanders every single year. Pretty nice win there for against the Jets. I mean, can I just set it and forget it with the Jets here? Or is that line short? Like, is this a contrarian play? How is it not all the Canadian teams on Canadian Thanksgiving? Yep. Shake spot of the day. Give me the, you think so? Fake shot. Or yeah. Fake sharp spot of the day. You like the Isles? Ugh. So shaky, but I think he rebounds today. I don't know that it's today, but I think he does rebound. I think he settles in. You're right. Not been a good start, but he's been against the Lightning and the Panthers, like those are two good fucking teams and on the road. You like the Isles? Yeah, he's looking good. What's up, Peter Cuomo? A lot of new names in the chat today. Absolutely fucking love it. Especially with hockey season right around the corner. You guys are loving hockey. I'm so into it. We'll make time for it. If I can't do it on the board review whenever I with steak, we'll always make time a little bit later. That's what we'll do. But I'm kind of with you. I think it's the Jets today. I just don't like the Islanders very much. Just saw Johansson is in for the Bolts. Bummer. Why is that a bummer? Oh, because you wanted the Bolts? Line is short for the Isles. Yeah, it could be fake sharp, Viz. You're probably right, though. Not going to be fading the Lightning very often. I promise you that. I will not be fading them very often. I like my Bruins. And this is why we make futures bets, guys. Because you don't have to bet every game. I already need the Bruins to go over their point total. I'd like for them to take this game into overtime or win. Get 1 or 2 points, and I hope Swayman looks good. That's my Vezina, 33-1. Probably should just cash that shit right now. Here's a good game at 2:00. Bruins don't win this game. Bruins haven't played anyone good yet. I'm not doubting that, but they're not a good team either. They're not 78.5 point win total. Beat the bad teams, lose to the good ones. I'm okay with that. Oh, they're 3-0? Oh, cash that shit. Are they really? Oh, yeah. Capitals on the road? Get fucked, Twizzy. Get fucked. Capitals on the road 3-1. Come on. Swayman allowing 1 goal a game. You love that. You hate the spot for them? I don't blame you. How could you like it? The Lightning are fucking great. Come on. All right. It would be so Toronto to lose to Detroit on Canadian Thanksgiving. That's all I've got. Okay. Bruins win today. I hope you're right. It would be so Toronto to lose on Canadian Thanksgiving, especially following up. Sorry, Johnny and Avery in Gate 14 and Owner's Box if you guys are listening, but that 3-1 loss at home in game 1. Yikes. We didn't even talk about a little baseball, but leadoff home run for George Springer, and that's all you get. Yikes. Not good for the Blue Jays. Yeah. I like the Leafs. What are the Leafs doing so far this year? Matthews is my my God, I keep saying Carter Hart, my heart winner. Oh, they just lost 6-3. Yikes. Stolars allowing 6 goals. Holy shit. How's my guy Austin Matthews look so far? All right. Yeah, they just won. Sure. Well, it would be hilarious if Detroit won again. Yeah, I don't hate it. +1.5. Maybe they win like 3-2. Maybe it's an under game, 3-2. I kind of like the Flyers, but again, you can call me soft. They're 0-2, but you get a point. Again, one of the hardest starts to a schedule. You got Florida, Carolina, and then the fucking Panthers again on the road. You will not find me fading the Florida Panthers often. You will not find me fading the Bolts very often. Those are the 2 teams I have no interest in fading very often. I like the Flyers, though. That's a team I like and a team I'm going to keep tabs on and monitor because that's a team I'm going to bet on more often than I don't. I like the Flyers this year. I like their team. But we'll see. We'll see how they do. Okay, a couple more games and we're wrapping it up here. The Devils on the road against the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets are always kind of, well, not always, but have been a little bit of a trendy dark horse. I think the Devils are going to be a good team this year. They had 100.5 point total. So they come out, they lose to the Hurricanes, but then they beat the Bolts on the road 5-3. Good win against Vasilevsky too. Very good win. Short line. Nice win there for Minnesota. Tough game against Nashville on the road. Good win against Minnesota. Yeah, this is a tough game. Square over. You guys think goals there maybe? I had Leafs, Sens, Jets on another. I took Florida Leafs, Sens. Dog of the day. That line is short. Yeah, boots on the ground for that home opener. Love it. I want to like the Jackets. I can see this being like 3-3 at one point. Have fun, Brinks. That sounds awesome. By the way, shout out to this guy in my Twitter DMs who's going to Vegas next week for his birthday with his group of friends. I'm going to send him some hats, some gambling hats, snacks I'll get to you, and he's going to buy some hoodies. Love that. We do have hoodies in stock, guys. I want to say maybe we have about 20 left. So they were very popular. It's getting cold out there. The weather outside is weather. Bang. Don't forget, we got some DGen hoodies. I like the crew neck too, but maybe that's an old head thing. The hoodies are great. We have beanies as well. If you want to go to the store, you can. They're still for sale. We're going to get this guy set up on his trip to Vegas. That'll be a good time. Tonight's matchup is a rematch of the Hail Mary from last year. Forget about that. Nope, not forgetting. Sabres team total over. Yep, I like it. Might have missed your thoughts here. My POD is Jets Islanders under. Sure, Ethan. Yep. I got no beef with that. I kind of lean Jets. I don't think they're polyester. I don't know what the material is. I can check that. Oh, no, all the details are on the website. No, I'm out of the golf hats. You know what? I want to get more hats, but I want to do a redesign. Like that. The gambling, that's V1. We're going to get new gambling hats. Yep. Maybe spruce them up a little bit. You could add Brad to that Columbus game. Okay. St. Louis and Vancouver. Man, I don't know. I faded the Blues on the season. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm just kidding. It's only a couple games in. They're 0-2. They got shut out. I guess fading the Blues after a shutout wasn't the best idea, but I did take the Flames there. They blew it. They were up 2-1. They lost 4-2. Not that a 2-1 lead is anything big. Is that line short? I kind of lean Canucks. Total's 5.5. Who's in net for this one? Let's take a look. Get out of here. You got Vladar's in for the Flyers. Nice. Demko against Benny. That could be an under, right? Spencer Knight going. Man, the Blackhawks have been playing some pretty decent hockey. They look scrappy when I watch them. Hard not to play the Kings here. It's hard not to play the Kings. I don't know that I really like the Wild all that much. I cannot tell you I'm the biggest Wild guy. Kings are 1-2, but they played the Avs, Jets, and Knights. Holy shit, that's a hard start to the schedule. Now they're on the road against Minnesota. Kind of like the Kings there. I feel like Minnesota looks like an easy button to press. And then I like the Blackhawks. You know, this cover says it's the consensus. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Oh, you know what? Let's go to NHL here on Pickett. Plus 140 on Caesars. Oof, yeah, that's a lot of respect. I mean, I think Utah's supposed to be a pretty decent team. Love the Kings' scrappiness. Are never out of a game. Zane, I totally agree. The more I look into it, how is it not Sabres money line? Yeah. Go ahead. Talk yourselves into it. Talk yourself into it. I bet. No, I'm not doing it. I like the over in that game. No. What did I say I liked? Yeah. The over in the Avs Sabres game. That's what I liked. Hope the Bruins win. Nothing there for me. I like the Islanders minus 125. Here, let me pull the board up for you guys. Like the Senators under. Be funny if the Leafs lost again. Devils over. Other than the Panthers, I like the Canucks. I might not try to fade the Blues again though. I like the Kings. And I like the Blackhawks. Yep. DJ, guess how many power plays the Habs on Saturday night? 10? Wait. What is PPS? Should I know what PPS is? Power play shots? Boldy, Rossi, Erickson, point stack. Okay. Too early for me to be betting NHL props. Oh, power plays. 10 power plays is a lot. That's a lot of fucking power plays. Refs got to keep their whistles in their pocket. All right, guys. That's it. Does anybody need a raid? Does anybody need a raid? Thank you for the sub banks. Thanks for tuning in. Great stream today. Mondays are awesome. Who's live? You know what? Let's send you over to outlier.bet. How about that? Go check out Outlier. I like their app. We're going to use it a lot more with when the NBA season's going on. We're going to go to outlier.bet. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Hopefully Steak's feeling better. Raid outlier.bet. Is that the right one? Yep. Join the raid. I'm sure they're probably looking at props and props or not props, hockey for tonight or for today, rather. Good job. 52 Raiders. All right. Have a great day. Thanks for hanging out. Good luck on all your wagers. Commanders, Bears over. Deebo Samuel if he plays the touchdown score. See you guys later. Peace.